Few would deny the ending of Toy Story 3, while somewhat bittersweet, was an emotionally satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. Many of us thought that was the last we would see of Woody, Buzz and the gang, fearing that another sequel wouldn't live up to the high standard of the first 3 films. Thankfully, it did. However, years before the release of Toy Story 4, Pixar found a number of other ways to keep the characters alive. Between 2011 and 2012, the studio produced 3 short films, collectively dubbed Toy Story Toons, which wasn't as clever a title as the earlier Cars Toons. These shorts were released theatrically before certain Disney releases, and allowed the filmmakers to tell different types of stories within the Toy Story universe, often centered around characters who received less focus in the films. In 2013, Pixar made the transition to the small screen with the Halloween special, Toy Story of Terror. Despite being made for television, the special still received the same level of dedication behind the scenes you'd expect from a Pixar production. As with the earlier shorts, the characters retained their original voice actors, including franchise leads Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. However, the plot focuses most heavily on Jessie, voiced as always by Joan Cusack. The special revisits the character's traumatic history from Toy Story 2.
What's the matter with Jessie?
She was abandoned in a box for years.
Here, her fear of abandonment manifests as actual claustrophobia. The special also introduced several new characters, the most prominent being Combat Carl, voiced by Carl Weathers.
Combat Carl's seen things, horrible things. Combat Carl's learned. You gotta keep moving, or else they find you.
Are you Combat Carl?
As I have mentioned previously, a Combat Carl figure briefly appeared in the first Toy Story, before being blown up by Sid.
Hit the dirt!
Carl's design was clearly a nod to Weathers' character Dylan from Predator. The production team also snuck in another reference to Predator.
Over here.
Huh?
Over here.
What?
Look over here.
Low? Low?
Weathers later returned for Toy Story 4, where he portrayed 3 other Combat Carl figures.
Combat Carl just heard there's a birthday party at the playground on Main Street. Rumor has it they got 2 piñatas. That could be 20 to 30 kids.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Combat Carl's getting played with.
Old Timer, another new character, also appeared in Toy Story 4, and later the Disney Plus original series, Forky Asks a Question. However, on both occasions, Christian Roman was replaced by Alan Oppenheimer. Toy Story of Terror was notably the first entry in the franchise to not feature John Ratzenberger as Ham, though the character was mentioned in passing.
Oh, Potato Head, don't leave the bag. A motel is one of the easiest places for a toy to get lost.
Oh, shut your worry hole. Nobody's gonna get lost. Besides, I promised him I'd bring him back something nice.
The special was directed by Angus MacLean, who had previously directed the Toy Story toon Small Fry. MacLean is a notable LEGO enthusiast, and has submitted multiple product ideas to LEGO Ideas, including several based on Pixar properties. In 2015, his model of WALL-E was selected to become an official LEGO set. Naturally, the director made sure that Toy Story of Terror included a LEGO character in the form of Lego Bunny.
Lego Bunny, go!
MacLean also submitted an exact replica of the character to LEGO Ideas. Being made for TV, the pacing is a little more accelerated, though not rushed. The special does take the time to build suspense. It is also structured to allow for commercial breaks. These breaks serve as small cliffhangers, adding an extra layer of suspense.
Hey guys!
No, wait, Trixie, don't!
Trixie!
The home release gave viewers the option to watch the special with specially created vintage toy commercials, including one which feels particularly relevant this year.
Stick with the plan, don't cough in your hand. Do no harm, cough in the arm.
Cough in the arm? Gee, thanks, Combat Carl.
Franchise composer Randy Newman did not write the score for Toy Story of Terror. Instead, that task fell to Michael Giacchino. Giacchino already had history with Pixar, having previously composed the soundtracks to 4 of their films. He has since written 3 more. Despite the absence of familiar tunes, such as You've Got a Friend in Me, Giacchino's music feels authentic and is suitably atmospheric. Without giving too much away, Woody is at one point sold via the fictional website eBid, which is a little odd considering eBay was mentioned by name in Toy Story 3.
Come on, let's see how much we're going for on eBay.
The buyer is revealed to be Al McWiggin from Toy Story 2. Originally, Al was going to appear in the special. However, this moment was ultimately cut for time. The special opens with the toys watching an old black and white horror film on a portable DVD player. In the film, one headstone bears the inscription, "Rest in peace, Simon J. Palladino," a public servant with a unique vision. This was the secret identity of the superhero Gazer Beam in The Incredibles. Being a Halloween special, Toy Story of Terror does establish a spooky atmosphere early on. However, those worried for younger fans of the franchise needn't be concerned. Any child who can handle the nightmare fuel offered up by the films will be fine. There is plenty of tension-breaking humour throughout.
The number one.
Oh, no. One letter.
One syllable. Once upon a time.
1 + 1 is 1.
I think maybe it's pointing up.
Up.
Yeah.
Of course.
The special is also very self-aware, with Mr. Pricklepants, voiced by Timothy Dalton, offering meta-commentary throughout.
The roadside motel is one of the most common locales for a horror film. Remote, isolated, ordinary. A comforting environment to allay the suspicions of the audience.
Ultimately, the special retains the charm of the films. Pixar also released a Toy Story Christmas special in 2014. However, this offering received less fanfare and is consequently less well known. It is therefore somewhat ironic that it was given the title Toy Story: The Time Forgot. This title is of course a reference to the 1924 novel The Land the Time Forgot by Edgar Rice Burroughs, and its 1974 film adaptation. However, the idea of a forgotten world is also relevant to the plot. As with many Christmas specials, the Christmas setting is largely inconsequential. But if you think I'm going to pass up an opportunity to wear this hat in another video, you'd be wrong. Toy Story: The Time Forgot shares a number of thematic links with the first Toy Story. For example, both feature scenes set at or around Christmas, explore the idea of toys being received as presents, and feature characters who don't know that they are toys. A similarity the special actually pokes fun at.
They don't even know they're toys!
Incredible, isn't it?
The prehistoric theme of this special created the opportunity to focus more heavily on Trixie, voiced by Kristen Schaal, allowing us to further explore one of the new characters introduced in Toy Story 3. The franchise's original dinosaur, Rex, voiced by Wallace Shawn, was also given more to do.
Trixie! Ah! Who's the fierce dinosaur now? Roar!
Ultimate dinosaurs.
This special also introduced a number of new characters. In fact, it introduced an entire toy line, Battlesaws. The Battlesaws champion, Reptilus Maximus, voiced by Kevin McKidd, serves as a kind of love interest for Trixie.
You're not like our females.
Oh, you're quite a unique specimen yourself.
McKidd had previously worked with Pixar on the 2012 film Brave, in which he voiced both Lord MacGuffin and Young MacGuffin. Reptilus later appeared on A Child's Lunchbox in Toy Story 4. This was Emily Hahn's final performance as Bonnie, as Madeline McGraw took over the role for Toy Story 4.
Oh, what planet is he from? Neptune. Or maybe Florida.
Sadly, it was also Don Rickles' last time voicing Mr. Potato Head before his death in 2017. When creating the Battlesaws, the production team crafted an elaborate mythos which is alluded to in their theme song.
From a kingdom long ago, an enigma wrapped in mystery, we've battled every foe. Since before the dawn of history, history! Battlesaws! Battlesaws!
The full version of the song is available on the home release, along with a traditionally animated opening to an Imagine TV series. Honestly, it's worth buying the DVD or Blu-ray for this clip alone. Michael Giacchino also wrote the music for Toy Story: The Time Forgot. Before reviewing the Toy Story films, I hadn't realised just how many Star Wars references there are throughout the franchise. Sure enough, Toy Story: The Time Forgot included yet another.
Are dinosaurs not welcome in our great city, wise cleric?
Fine, fine, have them made presentable. I find their lack of armor disturbing.
The blink and you'll miss it glimpse viewers get of the video game Bonnie and her friend Mason are playing is actually the opening scene from Toy Story 2, which was, of course, revealed to be a video game. One detail which I appreciated was the suggestion that Mason's family is financially quite well off, and that Mason himself may be a little spoiled, which would explain why he received so many new toys for Christmas.
Wow, Mason really hit the jackpot this Christmas. Nobody's this good.
Though this special may lack some of the depth the franchise is known for, it's still an exciting watch. The battle saws are really cool. Exploring their world is a whole lot of fun. Ultimately, Toy Story That Time Forgot is exactly what it needed to be, a highly enjoyable piece of holiday entertainment. Both of these specials are available to watch on Disney+. If you have seen either, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like? Maybe share it with a friend, or an enemy. Either way, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more content here on Channel 73.